Get set, podcast listener, and be ready to win with your mentor, motivator, and marketer, Cam Roberts. Grow your business and achieve your goals quickly with the latest tips, tools, and tactics on business, success, and marketing. Subscribe now and download your free resources at camroberts.com.au.
Hey, Cam Roberts here. Thank you for joining in to Personal Brand Talk, where we look at how you can launch, grow, and scale your business using the right marketing and sales tactics. Now, on today's podcast show, we're talking about funnels are dead, right? Are funnels dead? And what we're talking about funnels is we're talking about sales funnels, marketing funnels. So a sales funnel is just another way to make sales or can actually make conversions. So the old school way of getting leads back 20 years ago was you built a landing page and then you had a autoresponder linked to that landing page. Someone would opt in and you'd put them into a drip sequence. These days, funnels are more dynamic and more complex, and they have a lot more automation behind them. So just for an example, let me share with you one of the funnels we are working on at the moment for one of our clients. So one of the funnels we're working on that will be used for paid advertising, as someone from any area lands on that sales funnel page, that sales funnel page pulls up that area that they're located in. So for example, I live in Buderim in Queensland, Australia, and then if I landed on that page, it says something about Buderim service area, for example. If you lived in Florida, in America, that would then say the same. You land on the same page from the ads, and it would say Florida is the service area, in the big heading. So that's one way that you can make a sales funnel page more personalized, if you like. And then the overall strategy behind the sales funnel process is that you get people moving from brand awareness, right, which is the ads. They're not aware of your brand. They see your brand. The funnels actually start from the advertising. A lot of people, when they talk about sales funnels, they think it's just the pages or it's just the marketing automation at the back end, the email marketing and SMS marketing. But really, it's all three of those things, because you can't have a funnel, a fully operational funnel, unless you've got paid ads running at the front end through brand awareness, through lead generation, and through conversion-based advertising. Now, depending on whether you're running brand awareness, lead generation, or conversion-based advertising will determine where the ad click then goes to, or where the prospect or the contact from the advertising platforms then go to. Do you send them to a page that's a brand awareness page that talks about your case studies, that shares more information, that shares a blog, a podcast, shares your YouTube channel, right? That's brand awareness. Or do you do lead generation? And are you concentrating on generating leads and building a list so you can retarget and remarket to those people and move them from one platform to another platform? I often call them sand pits to my clients. I say that the name of the game or the goal is to move someone from one sand pit to another sand pit. So Meta owns the sand pit. All of those contacts are in with Meta. The goal is to move them into your sand pit, which is your email marketing and your SMS marketing. But so when you're running a brand awareness paid media campaign, paid advertising campaign, you want to send them to a brand awareness sales funnel step. If you're running a lead generation campaign in the advertising platforms and channels, you make sure you send those people to a lead generation sales funnel page. If you're running a conversion-based campaign and you want to make sure you're making sales through eCommerce or via your website, well, then you run a conversion-based campaign based on product sales, and you land those people to your page where they can add things to a cart and buy from the page. So that's the middle part of the sales funnel. So you've got the top part of the sales funnel being the three types of ads. You've got the middle part of the sales funnel being the three types of sales funnel steps. And then you've got the back end automation. So typically we don't capture a lot of people for brand awareness campaigns because you're giving them content, you're adding some value, that sort of thing. But we do capture obviously leads at the back end through the marketing automation. So when someone comes in as a lead, they go into the marketing automation, email and SMS, and go on their own user journey. And then based on what they click, what they open, how they interact into your with your back end automation, depends on the journey which they go to next. Whether they open an email, click something in an SMS, that will determine where they go next. So it's more of a buyer's journey in the marketing automation. So as they come through lead generation, that's what happens. The same thing happens with a purchase, like a conversion-based event. If you're running conversion-based ads to a conversion-based sales funnel page, someone goes through those steps through that sales funnel. At the back end, you're going to make sure you have an abandoned cart sequence. You're going to make sure you have an upsell sequence. You're going to make sure that after they buy the first product, that's the most important time to ask them to buy another product. So is it an upsell? Is it a downsell? What's the opportunity there? What's the opportunity that you're missing out on with your sales funnel because you don't have that in place, you see? So that's what a sales funnel is. So now we talk about, well, are funnels dead? So let's get the record straight. There's a lot of people out there in the marketplace at the moment hyping up AI. And don't get me wrong, AI is a tool. It's a great tool, but it's just a hammer, right? Let me make that real clear. It's like a power drill for a builder that's building a home or building a commercial warehouse. It's a tool, right? AI is a tool. The AI is a great tool, but it's not going to build you a funnel. Like, I laugh when I see people online and they chime into either my ads or my content or other people's content, and they say things like, oh yes, AI can build me a funnel in 5 minutes. No, I don't think so. It's not going to happen. There's too many moving parts there. You can't just go into AI and say, here's what I'm selling, and come up with the best prompt ever. And it's not going to do it all for you. It can't log into Google Ads and upload your e-commerce images to the Google Ad Merchant account. It can't upload your tax information into your YouTube AdSense account. It can't upload and update your business Facebook manager to your Facebook ads manager. It can't then make sure you pick the right page from your Facebook page and connect the right place from your Instagram account and turn your Instagram account into a business Instagram account. You see, there's so many moving parts that AI will never do all of those things all at once. So with all of those moving parts in mind, sales funnels are never going to be dead. They're never going to be taken over by AI. You'll never be able to press a button, the whole thing just sets up automatically because there's too many moving pieces. Like those moving parts are just on the ads channels, but then when you start creating the landing pages and so forth, you've got to integrate your marketing automation at the back end, and so many different people use so many different marketing automation tools, so you need the integrations. Now AI can assist with the integrations, AI can assist with the creating of the copy, AI can even assist with some of the images that you're doing, right, for your sales funnel page. But a great graphic designer can use AI and their current tools at hand, Adobe, Canva, whatever they use, to create something better than what AI will create anyway, because it's just inconsistent with brand awareness. If we need 20 pictures for a sales funnel page, like AI can create great images and pictures, but it can't maintain that consistency across the 20 pictures. So, again, AI is a tool, sales funnel is a strategy. Strategies will always trump tools and tactics. So when we talk about are sales funnels dead, let's be honest, it's a bold claim, and unfortunately it's not true, because when people say funnels are dead, what they're really meaning is they think that it can be replaced with AI. But what actually works in 2025, 26, 27, and 2030 and beyond, it will always be strategies. In the last 10 years, it's always been strategies, and the next 10 years, it's always going to be strategies. The strategists are going to be the ones that become the highly paid people. So those people are the people that work with the modern day funnels and generate leads and are up to date with the tools and techniques and the AI to generate leads and close sales for coaches, consultants, small business owners, e-commerce businesses, big brands, franchise groups. All of those types of companies, regardless of sizes, can all use sales funnels in a strategic way to launch, grow, and scale and future-proof their business. So when you think about it, funnels aren't dead. Funnels are the strategy. It's the lead magnet to the tripwire to the email automation at the back end. It's the way that you add the cookies, build the event campaign, the event data sets in the ad strategies. It's the acquisition journeys. It's the smart, strategic, and scalable funnels that you build. It's not just a landing page. It's not just a lead magnet. You can't just build it with AI. It takes someone to sit there and be problem aware and focus on the problem at hand, and then build the funnel with the right storytelling, with the right strategic video content, with the smart lead magnets, with AI enhanced automation, and to have meaningful steps and meaningful values at every step of the way. And that's what you can do when you build out, a really good sales funnel. So let's change gears and talk about the types of funnels. One of the most used funnel that we see for service-based businesses is what we call the expressions of interest funnel. So if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're an accountant, a lawyer, someone like that needs to talk to people about your services because you offer a service, an expressions of interest funnel is a great solution for that. You could be a real estate agent, you could be a mortgage broker, a buyer's agent, and you need to talk to people to sell them a high ticket item. An expressions of interest funnel is fantastic for that. It usually starts with ads, always starts with ads, either static and or videos. They go to a page where they see you talking, a very polished video. It can be done with AI, can be headless. It can be you reading a script, doing a mini presentation, usually about 7 to 10 minutes. And then it's the best of page. We create that best of sales funnel page where we build value and we pre-frame your services so that someone takes the next step, fills out a short application form, and then after they fill out the short application form, then they go and book an appointment with you. Now, that's often called the invisible funnel as well, because it's, you're invisibly at the front end showing some content, but at the back end you're really booking a discovery call. So this works well for personal brands. It works well for consultant. It feels natural. It doesn't feel staged, and there's a nice smooth flow behind it. Now, the second type of funnel is for generating leads, and it's like a smart lead magnet funnel. Again, kicks off with paid advertising, but you can top it up with organic content. And what works well is like a free quiz. Take the quiz to find out if you can achieve A, B, and C and avoid X, Y, and Z, for instance. Or download this free tool, or get access to this demo, or get access to this mini course. And as they get access to that mini course, you take them to a confirmation page. The confirmation page then instantly offers them an irresistible offer to buy now, right? Whatever that is. In your industry, it could be buying an e-commerce product. It could be buying a service. It could be buying some sort of on-demand course that you have. And then once they do or don't buy, they go into the nurture sequence. That's the back-end email and automation strategies. And then depending on what you sell, if you sell services, you then push them into a strategy session. If you don't sell services and you sell more products, again, take them to your membership page, sign them up for your ongoing membership, sign them up to your boardroom, sign them up to your other products and services. So this works great for both low ticket and high ticket, and it's great for e-commerce agencies or anyone selling their information. So if you've got knowledge and you're selling a course, if you're selling a membership, that type of funnel works very well. That funnel is also very closely related to the third type of funnel I want to talk about today, and that is the quiz funnel. And so I spoke about that previously with the lead gen, so these are both very closely related. But it's the quiz. It's like, what's your personal brand score, for instance, or what's your YouTube channel score? If you want to target people that are interested in growing a YouTube channel, or what's your e-commerce scalability score, for example. Take the quiz to find out your e-commerce store scalability, score, or whatever it is. I'm, making it up as I speak, obviously, but you would create some sort of quiz where people could find out their score. and get personalized results. And what happens is this quiz is AI driven, and there are tools, there are AI tools, AI quiz tools that will do this for you. And then you could have, say, 10 questions in there and make the questions very easy to answer. Most of them are drop-down menu. They choose from 4 different options. And then based on how they answer each option, you will score that particular question. And so they'll get to the end of, say, 10 questions. And if you allocate a score of, say, 10 for each question, they're going to have a score out of 100 if they answer 100 questions. So if every time they answer number 1 as their top score, you might allocate 100 points to that question, right? Or top points, 10 points to that question. Number 2 might be 8 points. Number 3 might be 5 points. Number 4 answer might be 6 points, right? And so as they answer each of these questions, they build up a score. And then based on their score parameters at the end, after the 10 questions, you can lead them in 4 or 5 different ways. So you can have 4 or 5 different landing pages based on their score. And then based on those 4 different landers, you might have 4 different offers, right? So you can create a targeted offer based on them doing a AI-driven quiz and them getting their own personal score. So if we talk about, what's your personal brand score, if they scored between 90 and 100, they probably could be a good fit for you if you help people with their personal brand. So, you would then take them to a page where maybe you book a session with them and find out, how you can help them. If they scored between 70 and 80, well, then maybe they need to do some more pre-framing and watch download a mini course, for example. If they scored, say, between, 50 and 70, the scores get lower in total. Well, then maybe they need a lead magnet, a PDF to watch, to download, right? Some sort of, additional content to get them in the right space because they're not ready yet to work with you one-on-one. And if they scored below 30, maybe you get them to join your Facebook group, for example. Now, these are just all samples that I'm thinking about on the top of my head, but you would strategize about this and you would customize it based on someone's score. And that's why I like the AI-driven quiz funnel, because it does create the opportunity for you to sell people the right thing for them where they are at right now based on their score that they got themselves through your AI-driven quiz. And then even at the back-end marketing automation, based on their total score, you can put them into different marketing automation sequences via email and SMS at the back end. So this AI-driven quiz funnel, it's great for personalization and automation to qualify, convert leads systematically and automatically. And it's a smart, scalable system. And your audience loves it. It's very engaging. People feel like they're doing something. They're in control. They're not being sold. They're not watching a presentation. It's very interactive. So that's the 3 funnels that we see the most, and work well the most. Outside of probably the other one, I would say for a number 4, if I can tack on a number 4, it would be the e-commerce funnel. So the e-commerce funnel, targets people who are list building or targets purchases, and you take them to specific pages based on them clicking specific ads in your sequence of events on your campaigns. And then when they land on those pages, you can show them smart content based on their, on the ad and where they're from and things like that. So the e-commerce funnel is typically a landing page. You wouldn't send them to your drop shipping store with 200 pages, for example. You might build one landing page with your best of products on that landing page and squeeze them to the next step. So look, that's a wrap. There's the 4 types of funnels. As I said at the start, the question was, are funnels dead? Hopefully after listening to this podcast today and listening to the 4 types of funnels, you can understand that the power of funnels are very beneficial to many brands and different businesses. And, funnels are certainly not dead. They're certainly not going away. And they are a proven strategy to grow, scale, or launch many brands and businesses, regardless of what it is that you sell, whether it's product-based or service-based, or you sell products and services. A sales funnel or a marketing funnel will give you predictable, scalable leads. It will send a clear brand message to your ideal prospects, and it will create sales for you while you sleep. And it's a space to focus on and engage your ideal clients. So with all of that said, regardless of whether you're a big brand that's got 200 franchises under your belt, or you're a solo coach that's doing everything yourself, if you want help with your sales funnels, if you want help to launch, scale and grow, here's what I want you to do next. I want you to head over to camroberts.com.au if you'd like consulting help. So if you want someone like myself to hold your hand and step you through it every step of the way, go to camroberts.com.au and book a free strategy call. If you're someone that's looking for an agency, to have a high-level agency team do all of this for you, and or you're looking for a fractional CMO who can step in and pull all of this together for you. You might be using different agencies, you might be doing it a little bit internally, and you're looking for a fractional CMO to do it all for you, or an agency to do it all for you, then head over to my agency, bubblegummarketing.com. So that's 2 different sites there. If you're looking for consulting and you want to do it yourself, go to camroberts.com.au. If you're looking for done-for-you services, go to bubblegummarketing.com. All right, if you've got any questions, make sure you DM me, drop a comment wherever you're listening to this. I'd love to see what your funnel looks like and where we can take it from there. Until next time, this is Cam Roberts signing out.